Every year, almost $5 million state tax dollars goes to the company that runs the Reid Correctional Facility. It is not a prison, but those who reside there just got out of one. They must have permission to leave, and they must be there every single night. So you're probably thinking it must be difficult to get in and out of the place. Well, watch this. We're offered marijuana and crack, and we even see a guy fire up what appears to be a crack pipe in the restroom. No, our hidden camera is not inside some seedy drug den. It's in a state-funded facility that touts drug treatment and 24-hour security. Joe Ascension is the facility director.
This is someone in the bathroom here that's smoking a crack pipe. Now, maybe that's not crack, but he's smoking something.
He's smoking something.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that? That's occurring inside this place where you say you're offering all this drug treatment to these people.
Well, like I said, you know, it shouldn't be occurring. I'm embarrassed that it's occurring.
We got an undercover employee inside this 465-bed facility. It was easy. You're not aware that people are jumping that fence out there?
I haven't heard a report of anybody jumping the fence.
We were told criminals here do it all the time. So we watched on several occasions and caught these incidents on camera. This guy jumps the fence, runs to a waiting car, gets some sort of package, and jumps back over. Now watch this woman. She pulls up, gets out of her car, gets something from her trunk, and then passes it over the fence to one of the criminals waiting on the other side. She then runs off, no questions asked. Somebody could throw a gun over there for somebody, not just drugs. I mean, it seems like there's a potential for a lot of danger. You think?
I would think anybody not following the rules of supervision, drug use, anything else like that, does cause a public safety threat. And this place has caused fear for some Houstonians for quite some time. That's because this is only one of 3 state-sanctioned halfway houses in Texas that accepts sex offenders. According to figures for last month, 209 sex offenders were calling Reid home. That's more than any other facility in the state. A halfway house in El Paso comes in second with just 99 sex offenders. Because of Reid, Houston has more sex offenders residing in a so-called controlled facility than Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and San Antonio combined. Because of this place right here, we have the most sex offenders in the whole state. How can you assure the public that they're safe because of that?
Well, they're safe, I believe, because we account for every one of these people.
But a Fox 26 employee with a hidden camera got inside the facility in a matter of seconds.
Thanks, man.
Someone on the inside is waiting for our employee. That person, who we understand is the only one aware of the hidden camera, shows our employee around. We see convicts on cell phones, even though they are prohibited here. Within minutes, we're offered what we're told is crack. We're also offered what's touted as a joint from a man who has a pocket full of them. Here's a guy willing to show our undercover employee how his crack pipe works. The demonstration is done inside a restroom at the facility that touts 24-hour monitoring.
So that's how you do it. Gotcha.
Of course, our employee doesn't participate in all the open drug usage, and he doesn't walk out with any drugs to test.
Even if it's not drugs, should we be able to send somebody in here and have these people put on a big show and then leave? I mean, should that be allowed to happen?
No, it should not. I agree with you 100% on that. It should not be allowed to happen.
So how many people have jumped the fence and never returned, or just failed to return while out on an approved pass?
I can't give you a good figure on that one. It's not something that I track on a daily basis.
But the facility director tells us parole officials do keep numbers on those who abscond from Reid.
How many people have just walked off?
We don't track it specifically by a facility, so to give you a number just off of Reid, I don't know.
And it's disturbing the fact that it's not known, and it leads me to believe that there's probably a good number of them.
In 2001, a sex offender named Gary Dale Cox walked away from the Reid facility. While on the run for over a year, police say Cox sexually attacked 3 young girls. He killed himself before the cops could take him in.
The Reid Correctional Facility is simply an extension of a prison unit, only it's in our neighborhood and it should be treated like that, and obviously from what you've been finding out, it's not being done.
But officials at Reid and Parole say action will be taken because of our investigation.
And are you disturbed about this?
Very, very much so.
Absolutely, we'll look into it and find out if there's any contract violations, and then we'll continue to look at the issue as a whole and work with the vendor.
In a prepared statement, Cornell, the company that runs Reid, tells us they have zero tolerance for any illegal activity of any kind. The day after we showed our undercover tape to the executive director, Cornell officials say they had drug-sniffing dogs at the facility and one resident was arrested. We're being told something will be done to stop the criminals from jumping the fence and leaving without specific permission whenever they want to. We'll keep you posted. Randy Wallace, Fox 26, investigates.